We dove headfirst into the dusty depths of Facebook Marketplace, armed with $1,600 and a burning desire to unearth the most epic PC deals out there. During our quest, we stumbled across 8 neglected PCs with deals too irresistible to pass up. Let's get into it. You know, it's not often that we make a 3.5-hour drive to buy a PC from someone. We actually woke up at 4 a.m. this morning to make that drive. We're in the Wollongong area and we're picking up a pretty special PC. Now, at first he wanted 1,500 Australian dollars on Facebook Marketplace, but I ended up asking him, would he take 1,000? And he was a bit hesitant at first. And you know, I can understand why. It is quite the difference there. He ended up saying yes. So that was really good for us. This is going to be such an amazing system because just the motherboard, the CPU, and the GPU alone, that adds up to $1,000 just by itself. Now, this is a fully water-cooled system as well, so everything after that is pretty much pure profit. It's got a 1950X Threadripper CPU, got an X399 motherboard, and a 1080 Ti graphics card. And that is going to be perfect for playing this game, which is an epic RPG played by over 80 million players and is completely free on both mobile and PC. There are over 800 champions to collect, so if you're into boss battles, tactile gameplay, and collecting champions, then click my link in the video description or scan the QR code. You can start the game off with 3 super strong epic champions, plus a rare hero to get the edge right at the start of your raid adventure. You must click my link in the description to receive Lightsworn, an epic champion from the Sacred Order. This kit allows you to keep a team alive with an increased defense buff and a revive on death skill. In addition, once you achieve level 15, you will also receive Juliana. This is another epic champion and a boss killer from the Sacred Order. She is an attack type warrior wielding the magic affinity thus. Raid also has some additional free bonuses for players using my link in the description. Use code Getoboro to acquire Oboro, who is an epic champion from the Shadowkin faction. Use code RAID for Kellan to play on the battlefield with Kellan the Shrike. Use code RAID for Mord to upgrade your champions with Mordecai. And use code Iloveraid, which is available for new and existing users to acquire a rare champion from the Bannerlords faction named Preserver. My personal favorite has to be Kellan the Shrike with his powerful AoE damage. With all of this exciting stuff and more coming to Raid, click my link in the video description or scan my QR code to get 2 epics. And don't forget to pick one of the promo codes for new users to get a 3rd epic. Plus get a rare champion from my promo code, which is available for all players. You can find me in-game using the name Magic Mongrel or join my clan that I just made, the Mod Squad. So just hit up my link in the video description and we'll see you on the battlefield. I expect some big things from this, and from the way he did his post, you could tell that he is well versed in sort of tech. He knows his PC, he knows his overclocking and stuff, so I can't wait to see this one. And this has to be probably my favorite system of the day, so let's go pick it up. Got the money. Let's go. You want shoes off?
No, you're right, mate. I just looked at towels for a Queensland fella who's got...
Oh, Brian, Tech Yes City?
Tech Yes City, yeah. I'll let you go.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Fuckers with you, eh? Yeah. See you guys.
See you later, thank you. Oh, this one is a beauty. Let's get it in. Oh. It's a heavy one too. Threadripper system, fully water cooled. It'd be a shame to actually pull this one apart. Should leave the system as is, but we'll do a deep clean on it. See how we can get it. It's got a water cooling loop as well, so we'll make sure we completely flush that out. This one is an exciting one. We've got a good deal. Stay tuned. Well, first impressions, what an absolute beauty this is. As I said, fully liquid cooled, but it actually came out cleaner than I thought it would. The guy was actually really nice as well. He seemed to really know his stuff about computers, and he purchased amazing products to go with each other, and it just shows with how clean this build has been kept. Believe it or not, this has not been cleaned in 12 months, so it's definitely due for a water change, but the water is still crystal clear, so it's good to see that this was well taken care of. He even showed me some benchmarks. He had the Threadripper, every single core was on 4 gigahertz running at 1.3 volts. It was absolutely amazing, and in the benchmarks it was achieving some amazing results as well. And he has RAID 0 set up. There's not a lot of people who know how to do that type of stuff, so this guy, he was definitely into his hardware, into his machines, and it was definitely well taken care of. So I was really impressed, and I was glad that I was able to take this off his hands, and we'll see what we can do with it. So this next system that we're about to get, this one's also an exciting one. It's actually one of the first graphics cards that we ever owned in our first custom build, a 980 Ti graphics card, and that comes with an i5 4690K CPU. This one he wanted $500 on Facebook Marketplace, but we ended up getting $20 off. It was a pretty good deal as it was at $500, but getting $20 off, we're furthering that profit margin. And at the end of the day, if we can get a better deal for you guys and to help us in our goal of achieving our series where we want to flip PCs for a profit, then of course we're going to take that. So this will be a good mid-range PC that we're picking up, and I can't wait to test this one out. It's going to be interesting, especially being one of the first graphics cards that we've owned. Kind of brings back a bit of memories. I don't know how those graphics cards would perform in today's games. I mean, we're talking about graphics cards from back in 2015. Excited about this one. Let's go get it. Hey, how are you?
PC?
PC, yeah.
There you go, brother.
Not too bad, yourself?
Where's your next stop today?
Oh, we're heading, sort of going towards Manly.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We're going all over Sydney, yeah. Right, so we've just finished picking up this system. This is the 980 Ti system, and the guy was super friendly. I was really surprised, and it's good to see the energy with people who are really into this hobby. He's actually sold this PC because he's upgraded his personal system, and he bought an RTX 4080 graphics card. So he's gone all out and thought that this could use a new home. And so I'm glad that we were able to take it, and hopefully we can give it a good home as well. So we've just arrived at our next location, and this particular system is a GTX 1080 Ti system with a Ryzen 5 3600. On Facebook Marketplace, he wanted $720, and I actually asked for $670, and he wasn't really willing to consider that. He wanted me to go up to $685. But I explained the whole situation. He ended up giving it to me for $670. So we're about to go in and pick that up. This one looked like a really decent system. A 1080 Ti is going to be good for even some 1440p gaming. So we'll go in, we'll check it out, and we'll be right back. Locked. So I've been to his house, knocked on the door, gate is locked, and I'm not getting any response from him. So it looks like this one is a bust, a no-show. I've given him 10 minutes as well, and unfortunately we're gonna have to move on. So we are gonna miss out on this deal, which is unfortunate because it would have been a really good PC in my opinion. Definitely one of the better ones as well. So we'll have to cut our losses and move on to the next one. Now this next system, while it's not one of the most powerful systems that we're picking up today, it is a little gem, and I'm thinking that if we can pick up a PC with 2 graphics cards in there, I might actually take one graphics card out and add it into this system. Now this system has an i3 4130 CPU, and that is paired with 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, something I'm really excited about, and an ATI Radeon HD 4890 graphics card. Now, that doesn't seem like much, but this could be a budget Fortnite gaming PC, or if I swap out the GPU, I can add in something different, which is able to, play it at a bit higher specs sort of thing. But the cool thing about this is he wanted 85 Australian dollars for it, which was a pretty fair, pretty okay deal. I did ask for $70 and he did agree to it. And then he said he had someone else that was going to pick it up for the original price. But turns out the guy didn't end up coming. And then he actually said, how about we do $60? So $60 down from $85, I think is a pretty sweet deal for this. And so we're on our way into the heart of Sydney right now, and we're gonna go pick it up and see what we can do with this. This will be an interesting one. Let's go. All right, so we've picked this system up. The guy was so nice, super nice, and he had some great ideas. I never thought about doing the council pickups to check what IT and stuff, what hardware and stuff that they have in the bins and go through that. Fantastic guy. He still insisted on doing $60. I only had 70 in my wallet, so I gave him 70 anyway. He really wanted 85, and this PC definitely is worth it. This could be like a budget Fortnite PC or something like that, but we may even switch out the graphics card. We'll do some benchmarks and we'll see how it performs. But overall, the case could be in better condition, but I'm sure we could kind of bang out some of those dents and stuff. So yeah, let's go on to the next computer. Okay, so this next PC is a bit of a funny story, and it's such a small world. We actually cleaned this woman's son's PC earlier this year, and they now have his old PC on sale on Facebook Marketplace, and we just happen to be the ones buying that. It's just crazy how small the world is. So they originally wanted 350 Australian dollars for this PC, and I asked for 280. And they accepted. Hopefully, you know, part of that is me giving them a free graphics card for his system. I have no idea, but yeah, I'm glad they accepted. So in this system, we have an i5 4460, and we also have 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, which is gonna be fantastic. And we also have a GTX 960 WinForce graphics card. That's the 4 gigabyte version. So that is also gonna be really nice. We are getting a great deal on this PC, and I cannot wait to see this one and test this one out. So let's head on over. So we managed to pick this up. It is such a nice system, but most importantly, the people who we got it from are so nice. I've met them before, the mum, the son, they're great people. And I actually gave them a graphics card, and they've actually repaid the favor, and they also gave us a free case as well. So we're gonna put that to good use and probably swap out one of the more disgusting cases and put it all into a new case to make it look nice and clean. Let's get on to the next one. Now this next place that we're going to, we have scored a really good deal. So this guy has 3 PCs in total. One of them doesn't work, but the other 2 do work. He's saying there was a dead motherboard on one of them. And so we're gonna see what the issue is with that and see if we can fix it up. But he had all 3 PCs for 300 Australian dollars. Now, one of those PCs alone has a GTX 1060 inside of it, which is worth around 110 Aussie dollars. That's the cheapest I can find it for. It's a Z87 motherboard, and that's paired with an i5 4670K CPU and 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM and a VS 650 watt power supply. So just that one system alone is already worth over that $300 mark. So let's go pick them up, and the 2 extra PCs, they're just a bonus, and it's all pure profit from there. Let's go. So I just finished at this new place. This guy who I talked to is actually the roommate of the guy who sold me the PCs, and I got 3 of them. He was such a nice guy. I do have to admit their house smelled a lot like weed, but hey, I'm not judging. So yeah, we've got the 3 PCs. These are really big cleanup, and these are probably some of the messiest ones that we've gotten today, so it should make for a better video anyway. So let's get these all packed in the car. It's getting really tight. This next listing is quite an interesting one. He does state that the motherboard is dead. So I am taking a gamble here. He had it listed for $500, but I straight up said $400 and he was happy to accept. Now, the good thing about this is it has two AMD 290Xs, so they're like $180 for the two of them. And then we've got the Seasonic 1000 watt prime titanium power supply. That's like 330 Aussie dollars right there. So we're easily making our money just with them, and it's a fully water-cooled system. So you've still got all of the radiators, reservoirs, the motherboard, and all the extras on top of that. So we can make a lot of profit there, even if that motherboard is dead, but we'll test it out, see if we can make it work. Let's go and pick this up, and we'll have to do some further testing in the future. Let's go. And this is our last pickup of the day. The guy wanted to get rid of it because he's no longer into the PC hobby. He decided that bikes was his thing now. He hasn't powered it on for 1.5 years. And as I said, the motherboard, he said, is dead. He knows it's the motherboard because he tried different RAM, different CPU and stuff that he had laying around to test it out and narrowed it down to the motherboard. So we'll have to do some further testing on that, but it's quite obvious it needs a really good clean. It is very, very dirty, especially the tubes. They're no longer clear anymore. They've just got gunk and build up everywhere. This one really needs a deep clean, but this has to be my second favorite of the day. So we're ending on a bang. 17-hour day we just had, driving around, getting all these computers and coming back home. So it's time to unload them all from the car and have one final look at all the PCs. And here we are, all 8 neglected PCs ready to be tested, given a deep clean, and ultimately fixed up. I have to say, I'm super impressed with the prices that we paid today. I mean, there are some good deals out there if you're willing to do your research properly. I estimate this lot here to be around $2,600 US minimum, especially considering we've got all of the water cooling parts in there as well. And we only spent $1,600 US. There's only one thing left though. We'll be doing our deep cleaning and testing on all of these PCs. Comment below which PC you want to see fixed up first. And hopefully they all work and we were not scammed like our most recent video that you can see on screen now.